Hi Nigerians, how are you doing today? It's 19th March 2023, a day after the governorship and state elections in Nigeria. So how was elections in your state? How did this go? What was the turnout of citizens to vote? How was the support? How was it? How was it in your state? How was it in your polling unit, in your ward, in your local government area, and in other places? Like, we have seen so many of the stories on Instagram and on social media space, Twitter, and everywhere you have. How was it? How was it? My name is Essie, like I already mentioned. I voted in Lagos State, Nigeria, Bega, precisely in my area. I casted my vote and I left because there was some kind of intensity around the area, so people were just advised to vote and go home. Why the party agent, the various party agents, they stayed by, and some other persons, they stayed by to watch how the vote was going on, and also to join them in the counting and all of that other activities after individual voting. So let me know from any state in Nigeria that you are watching me right now. Kindly put them in the comment section. Let me know what and how it was in your polling unit, your local government. Like people already mentioned, we have a lot of assertion about yesterday's elections in Nigeria, about democracy in Nigeria, and what democracy means to Nigerians, to politicians, and to different people. This is an interactive class. I'm going to put it out. This is an interactive vlog because this is one of the things that contains all of us. Like you would always hear me say, there is little we can do at the micro space, that's the individual, without gaining the advantage or a lot of advantages from the macro space. That is my mantra in this my vlog. You would always hear me, if you listen to some of my videos, you would always hear me talk about all of that. What is the place of democracy in Nigeria? How do Nigerians see democracy? Are we truly practicing democracy, the government of the people, by the people, and for the people? Is that what we're practicing in Nigeria? All the politicians, the governors, the leaders, they just see elections, politics, governance as an opportunity to sit on the commonwealth of the people and use it to amass wealth for themselves and for the individuals. You can see that I'm actually taking this very slowly because a lot of things that happened yesterday, no matter how much you see it, except for a few places. Number one, I've been following a lot of these stories on TV as well, except for number one, like places like Oyo State. Well, I think it was almost nearly peaceful. We've had reports about Oyo State that it was very peaceful. The people came en masse to vote for the incumbent governor because of how much he has served them in the last 4 years, and they love him so much. They feel, oh, this is beyond party. This is individual representation. This is how individual representation, how much you have served them, how much they are your people. What and how long would it take? God, Nigerians, they're your people, your flesh and your blood, your state people. What will it cost you to go out there and fight for good dividends or good democracy, governance, leadership for them? They trusted in you. They believed in you, either by crook or means you got there. They believed that this person could do some good work for them. But years in, they've not seen anything tangible. Please, our governors, our leaders, we need to do better. Another place I also saw was Osun State. Osun State has great record. I think in almost all the local government area, PDP won, and this is as a result of the love they had for their incumbent governor. He's a very new governor. Even some allegations about the last time, but I'm sure what has happened, everybody will definitely know that he won the election, because there was still speculation before. There's still some speculations before now that he did not win the election tribunal and all of that. But with what we've seen in the local government area, state house of assembly, he delivered almost all of them, all the states. He delivered almost all the local government for PDP. then which state are you coming from, which of the other states? But for some other states, there were a lot of ulabalus. Yes, the people all expected some of this to happen, but the way it did happen were some kind of an ice. So yes, a lot of turbulent situation has been ongoing in the last few weeks. But I'm talking now about Lagos State. A lot of activities has been ongoing in the last few weeks, especially since after the presidency, because of the acclamation that Lagos State is no man's land. The Yorubas had come, the original host people, they've come to say no, they're not going to accept that. And what we saw in the election is, I need this at this time because, and I'm sure you went to church. Actually need cold water to ease away the tension. It's true that I'm drinking almost cold and hot water to ease the tension of all we've been seeing on social media and also TV, and even some people have eyewitnesses. Of course, like I would always say, there should be respect for your host community, for the people who are hosting you. There should be respect for them. I still believe election is the right of every Nigerian. As a Nigerian, the constitution says that we have the right to stay in any part of the country. We have the right to be voted, to vote and be voted for. But whatever is happening right now, it's really alarming. It's alarming. It's almost going to be said, or the fact that Nigerians are not ready to live together and so on. Maybe after now, people from different regions would think about the future of the people. Different state governors, they have to sit up, they have to develop themselves, because the narrative everywhere, it's really not so interesting. Because I would imagine that if this is happening in our country, then we cry foul, we cry out loud when we go out of this country and we say the whites, the Western people, there's racism, they're treating us anyhow, when in our own country we are almost humiliating, embarrassing, and killing ourselves. That is not the way to go. There are even ways to go about it. There are ways to go about all these things. If you had worked very well in the last 4 years, your people will stand up for you, whether they are indigenous or the host versus. Okay, now let's go straight to Lagos State. This is my state of residence. I've been here since after my NYC 2009. I hold great allegiance and respect to the state. But that being said, the number of years I stayed in my hometown is still more than that. That's about some 14 years ago that I came to the state as a corper, because I believe that Lagos is a metropolitan city of Nigeria where you have opportunities, a lot of opportunities. And indeed, to God be the glory, I get when I got something doing to start off my life, especially as a young person in my mid-20s at the time. Yeah. So now, years into all of that, I still hold, how would I my respect for Lagos, because this is where I've been, this is where I've known, this is where I make my living, and this is where I also pay my tax to the government as a citizen of this country. So to a very large extent, I have the right to be respected, I have the right to be safe, I have the right to be protected by the people in government. But if this is not going the way it should go, I really don't know. The most hate people in this are those from the southeast, the Igbos. Now we have three contenders major: APC, the incumbent; PDP, the stronghold opposition before now; and the Labour Party, the third force emerging as one of the strong opponents. And they are all Yorubas. Wherever it is coming from, that road's rival is an Igbo, is what I don't know. As a Yoruba man, what would they expect his father to think now? If people start coming up to say, you know what, he's not a Yoruba, I really don't get where all of that is coming from. Of course, I know that is politics. Everybody wants to shoot their opponent in the leg so that they can stand tall. But the level at which Nigerians are doing it is alarming. Where is the love? Where is the national pledge? Where is the unity in Nigeria? Where is the love? We're going to talk more about this. If I drop the cut here, because I'm going to end this video now, I'm going to do a part 2, or I will be doing a part 2 of this. Whatever you think of the election in your area, put them in the comment section. Please kindly let me know. Put them in the comment section. And until I come your way again, I remain your girl, Essie. Thanks for being here with me on my YouTube channel. Bye.